All right, now we're looking at the shoulder girdle and the neck in this basic massage sequence. So keep in mind that when we're talking about the neck, obviously for someone like Sasha, who's a cyclist, he spends a lot of time with his lower part of his neck flexed and also his upper neck into what we call extension. So not ideal. Both ends of his neck obviously get overloaded really quickly, especially if they're in that position for long periods of the time. But we're also going to incorporate the shoulder girdle as well, okay? And we're keeping with that sequence of really basic stuff. We're not going to fall into the rabbit warren where we're using our thumbs, all right? So we're all away from the thumbs. It's all about big, broad strokes and staying away from using these thumbs. Unfortunately, that's what I got taught many, many years ago. All right, so for us to sustain this type of work, you've got to learn to use your hands and use them well, okay? So it's all about working safe for both you and your client. Okay, so this is how we're working. We're going to start pretty well much at that thoracolumbar junction. We're going to come up over the erectors, we're going to pick up the traps, and then we're going to come via the rotator cuff muscles and then back down and then start the sequence again, all right? So let me show you. So I'm going to start down here, broad, reinforced hands again, so over those rectus spines, back over the traps. I'm going to come round, hook onto that trap, bring it back towards me, and then over that rotator cuff. Same sequence again, back, over, down, okay? Big, broad stroking, back down, in between that interscap area, back over and down, okay? Now, you speed it up a little bit, you can start to see how the sequence gels, okay? This is not rocket science, as I've said before. It's so important that you use these techniques for later on down the track when you do want to get specific and work in specific areas, okay? So if you do start to come in and work the rotator cuff muscles, but you can use these as really great pre and post techniques. Okay, so now we come around to the interscap area, just big circular motions. So in between there's a group of muscles called your rhomboids, and you've also got your lower traps coming down here, so we can work just through those, get a little bit more specific. Once again, still with reinforced hands, and back down, and then we can come back over the rotator cuff muscles now, and then up to the traps. Okay, so now what we can do is pick the traps up here and then meet them with our other hands here and work across. Really great. Back, over, down. Then get a little bit more specific there. Okay, we can do this for hours. Sure, Sash would love that. Back over there. Now, let's just now move a little bit into the neck. So we're going to come around. So we're going to treat this area a little bit of the old-fashioned kneading type scenario. But what we're going to do is as we come down, we're going to isolate either the right or the left side. So I'm going to isolate this right side and just bring the tissue back this way, okay? Okay, so we come up, all the way up to the base of the skull. Okay, long, broad strokes, purposeful. Doesn't have to be light, but it's got to be certainly not in that scale where it's starting to become painful at all. Okay, remember this is the basic stuff. And this will definitely help any of you that are out on tour, feeling a little bit stiff and sore, worse for wear, especially for those of you that are learning off massage skills and just starting your journey. Work a little bit backwards and forwards and so forth. Come back again, do the same, okay? So pick up the opposite side this time, do the exact same scenario again. Okay. It's not uncommon, especially for road cyclists, to get a lot of headaches just from having their head and neck in those positions for long periods. Okay. All right, so we can come back down this way across the body, pick up the lats this time. So if we were working with swimmers or whatever the case, which in another lifetime, Sash used to do as a triathlete, living the dream of the black line, backwards and forwards over those lats, bringing it back up. Big broad strokes. Okay. So if you like this video, click to subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, click subscribe to this channel. Check out premax.co,
Yeah.
stuarthines.com, links are below.